Hi everybody, let's start with the topic Learn 200 words starting with the letter A to Z. Overview. These lessons are meant for students planning to appear for the TOEFL, IELTS, SAT, GRE exams, or anyone who wishes to improve their vocabulary in the next 3 months. Lesson plan. The entire course will deal with words from A to Z. Now each of these lessons will cover 20 words. So from lesson 1 to 10 in the letter B, you will build 200 words towards your vocabulary goal. By the time you reach the letter Z, you will be richer by 5,200 words, and not to mention the words you already know. So it will be an awesome pyramid for sure. Before we start, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Salma. I have done my BS Communications from Bangalore University. I teach spoken English and business communications. I have been doing it for a long while now. I love to travel, I love books, and I grow my own food. Yes, believe it or not, I grow my own food in my balcony. Please send me your comments, suggestions, feedback to the link that I've posted below. I would love to hear from all of you. So let's start with a question that must be really paramount in your head right now. You must be wondering, why is vocabulary development so important? Well, let me tell you, since comprehension also means understanding, is the ultimate goal of reading, you cannot underestimate the importance of vocabulary development. You will be reading your course material, you will be reading your documents, you will be reading the newspaper, you will be reading a whole lot of things to increase your knowledge or to even get along in life. So, words are the currency of communication. Without words, you cannot communicate. Next, a robust vocabulary. What do we mean by robust? Robust means an expansive vocabulary. Improves all areas of communication, whether it be listening, speaking, reading, or writing. So let's move on. Now, you must be asking, how do I remember new words? 5,200 words? Really? How do I get a grasp on the whole thing? Well, let me give you a few tips which will help you remember new words. First, you need to practice writing the word and its definition often. Practice saying the word. Pronunciation is also important to convey your ideas and to present yourself in a legible and a clear manner. Try to learn the word and its meaning. You have to know what it means before you use it. So the first time you see it, you need to check out, what does this mean? How do I use it in a sentence? And then you make up a sentence that you can understand using the word correctly. To give you an idea, I have made sentences for each of the words to make it a bit easier. So if you're stuck with a new word, you can take my sentence and use it. So come on, let's move. Lesson 2, letter B, 21 to 40 words. Are you ready? Because I am. First one, bard is a noun. It is defined as a poet, often a singer as well. So in a sentence it would read, Shakespeare is often considered the greatest bard in the history of the English language. The second word, blandish, is a verb. So in a definition it would read, to coax by using flattery. So in a sentence it will read, Rachel's assistant tried to blandish her into accepting the deal. Next one, blemish, is a noun, which means an imperfection, a flaw. So, in a sentence, it will read, the dealer agreed to lower the price because of the many blemishes on the surface of the wooden furniture. Next on, blight, noun. It's a plague, a disease. So in a sentence it would read, the potato blight destroyed the harvest and bankrupted many families. A sad situation, isn't it? Boisterous, adjective, is defined as loud and full of energy. So, in a sentence it would read, the candidate won the vote after giving several boisterous speeches on television. Next, bombastic is an adjective. It will read, excessively confident, pompous. That's the definition of the word. So, when we put it into a sentence, it will read, the singer's bombastic performance disgusted the crowd. Next on, bourgeois is a noun. It can be defined as a middle class person, a capitalist. So, in a sentence it will read, many businessmen receive criticism for their bourgeois approach to life. Next one, brazen is an adjective. In a definition it will read, excessively bold and brash. So when we put it into a sentence, it will read, critics condemned the novelist's brazen attempt to plagiarize Hemingway's story. Next, brusque is an adjective. So the definition would be short, abrupt, abrasive. So in a sentence it will read, the captain's brusque manner offended the passengers. Next word, buffet is a verb. It means to strike with force. It could also mean food, a buffet spread. But what we are going to look at is the definition to strike with force. So in a sentence it will read, the strong winds buffeted the ships, threatening to capsize them. Next, burnish is a verb. In a definition it will read, to polish, shine. In a sentence it will read, his mother asked him to burnish the silverware before setting the table. Next on is buttress is a verb defined as to support, hold up. So in a sentence it will read, the column buttresses the roof above the statue. Next, bamboozle verb. What does this mean? It means a cheat or fool. So in a sentence, he bamboozled Canada's largest banks in a massive counterfeit scam. Next one, baneful, is an adjective. It means harmful or destructive. So an example of a sentence would read, an example of baneful is a toxic gas that leaks from a factory. Baritone is a noun, and the definition would be an adult male singing voice between tenor and bass. So a sentence would be simple. He sang in a rich baritone. Next word, banister, is a noun. So the definition would be the structure formed by the uprights and handrail at the side of a staircase. So in a sentence it would read, a simple one again, he vaulted the banister. Barbarous is an adjective, which means extremely brutal. Definition, many early child-rearing practices were barbarous by modern standards. Next word, barbel, is a noun. Definition, a fleshy filament growing from the mouth or snout of a fish. So in a sentence it would read, trout abound in the mountain streams and lakes, barbel and many other species. Next, baritone is a noun. The definition would be a long-acting sedative and sleep-inducing drug of the barbiturate type. So a simple sentence would read, do not take barbitone, it is addictive. Next, bardolatory is a noun. What does this mean? Excessive admiration of Shakespeare. So in a sentence it would read, if Harold Bloom's Shakespeare, the invention of the human is a catechism of bardolatry, then this is the holy book. No, it's a question. In Next, smart tips. Remember in the beginning of the lesson I did tell you there are 4 or 5 things that you need to get the word. First is to listen to the word that is being said. Second is you have to write down the word, the spelling of it. Third, define it, get the meaning. Then you say it out aloud. Maybe you can pause the video and get your pronunciation bang on. And then you make your own sentence. A simple sentence will do. So now that you've got the tips to get going, let's wrap up with a little bit of laughter, don't you think? So let's enjoy the entertaining side of the English language. Now, there's a question for you. Is there a word in English that uses all the vowels, including Y? What are vowels? I'm sure you know by now. Those are alphabets A, E, I, O, U. And the answer is unquestionably. So did you find your vowels and the Y? If so, you have a good laugh and keep smiling. Till we meet again, if you like this lesson, please share it with your friends and do write to me with your comments, suggestions and feedback. I look forward to you. So keep smiling and meet you again. Thank you. Bye for now.